Hi there, folks. We message from the Manse at Ferry Hill Parish Church. I was just kind of putting some notes together for the service, for the stream service tomorrow, and they started going on and on and on. So I thought maybe it'd be better just to do a separate video of some of the things that are happening at the moment and just kind of where we are as a congregation and as the church and the building in particular, what is happening with that at the moment. There are certain things that are going on that are continuing on. So we are continuing on with our gatherings weekly with Zoom on the afternoon. But over the next 6 weeks, we've got an additional series that will be running on Sunday evenings. Again, that's through Zoom. You can find out a bit more information about that on the church website. And we're following a theme that's about being grateful and the power of giving thanks to help us in our lives. It's based around a book by a lady called Diana Butler Bass, and the book is called Grateful. And there's some short videos and then some questions that we can talk about after that. So do join us if you want to. That's on Sunday evenings. We're doing that with friends at South Holborn and Rutherstone West as well. And the details, as I say, they're on the church website for how to log in to Zoom. So you do need the internet to be able to do that. Now, I mentioned last week that we're trying to add to what we're doing for provision for folks that are at home, and particularly as we're heading kind of back into a situation where we are needing to be more careful. The numbers of cases in Scotland are, as of today, the last few days have been the highest numbers of cases that we've seen in the whole pandemic. So we are needing to be careful at the moment. We have introduced a dial a sermon, a phone line that you can call. And if you call that phone line, there are a couple of different options. If you just hold on, you'll hear this week's message. If you dial a 1 when it asks, then it'll actually play the following week's message. A reading, reflection, and a message from what would be taken from the Sunday service. So that is available. So if you know of anyone who doesn't have internet access, this is a really good option to hear part of the worship. There shouldn't be any cost for folks calling in. It's a local number, and indeed, the number is right there, so that you can see it. Again, it is on the church website, so you can find those details, and you can pass that phone number on to somebody who might appreciate it. There shouldn't be any cost for them calling in because it is a local number. Now, we're also just working on a weekly leaflet that will include a reading and a prayer within it that can go to folks that are at home and not able to get out. So that it should be out for next weekend. And we're just looking at how we're going to distribute that. So if you might be able to help with that, that would be fabulous. You can give Julie in the office a wee call. We'll be using some of the teams, our pastoral teams, to make sure that we can get those out. Now, this tomorrow for the Sunday service, we're actually going to have a wee trial run through of a gathered service, but we're just keeping that at the moment to a kind of select group of the elders as we kind of do it as a practice run. So we do have an awful lot of work has gone into making sure the building is prepared for having folks coming back in. So a massive thanks to the team of folks that have been busy preparing the church. So we're going to do that and just see how it works. Now, the plan was to have the church open for a couple of Sundays each month in October and November. Now, as I mentioned earlier, the number of cases are going up. Now, at the moment, we can still open. That's still within the guidance that is being given from the government for churches. But um, yes, we're just being a bit wary about that, of just maybe even giving the wrong signals to folks about gathering and meeting up, because whenever folks gather, no matter all of the mitigations that you could put in place, of course it does elevate the risk from not gathering. So we're being very careful about that, which is our duty and our responsibility to do that. But we have put in place everything that we can at the moment to try and make sure the risks are as low as possible. So please be patient with us. I know this is really not what we kind of want to hear, and it'd be lovely to get back to at least gathering in some way. It wouldn't be the same as ordinary worship as we knew it 6 months ago, but it would be a way of sharing together. Yes, we'll see how we go over the next week or so, and what advice might be coming out, and what we feel should be the right thing to do, because our primary concern, of course, is to look out for each other. Now, another thing that is coming up, because we are heading towards the season of harvest and harvest Thanksgiving. Now, obviously, we won't be having the same kind of harvest Thanksgiving service that we might have had in the past, but we would like to give everyone an opportunity to do something special for harvest, and for that sense of thankfulness and being able to give something back to the community. So I know some of you have been really diligent and faithful in donations for Instant Neighbor over the whole of the summer, and that has been really appreciated. What we're doing, and we're going to do this with South Holborn as a kind of joint harvest plan, is to do a kind of can drive and to see if we can get to 1,000 cans of food between our two congregations. We're planning the Harvest Thanksgiving service to be on the 11th of October. And in the lead up to that, and maybe in the week or two after that, if you're wanting to donate any cans of food, they will be passed on to Instant Neighbor, and it would be lovely to see if we can get up to 1,000 cans over the next few weeks. As I say, the service itself with a harvest theme will be on the 11th of October, but over these next few weeks, you can bring in your cans of food. We're going to keep the Wednesdays for folks dropping off food, so between in the afternoon and in the evening. So 1 to 2, I think it is, on a Wednesday afternoon, and then between 7 and 8 on a Wednesday evening, you can come and drop off any cans, and we'll gladly receive them. So that will go to support Instant Neighbor and everything that they're doing to help folks at the moment. Now, do remember, so we're kind of entering a situation where folks, there may be more people who are having to self-isolate, and the Riverside response is still active, and we still have resources that are available to help people in those circumstances. So if you hear of anyone that might need that a little bit of support, a little bit of help, then do let them know to get in touch with the church office, with Julie in the church, and we can make sure that some support is given to folks. The government is doing some things to try to help and provide some support, but I have heard stories that there are all kinds of hoops that you have to be able to jump through. You have to have had a positive test, and of course getting a test at the moment is quite challenging. So there are hurdles that you might have to fall through, but if you get in touch with us, we can do something to help immediately. So bear that in mind, that Riverside response is still able to help folks. And I think otherwise, that's kind of where we are. We're going to continue on with the 11 o'clock streamed service throughout for the foreseeable future. So that's still going to be available. But we may be adding on a few other things as we go. So we'll keep you in touch with that. If you haven't done so already, we do have an online newsletter, an email newsletter that comes out every week with information about what's happening. You can sign up for that on the church website as well. And that's a good way to make sure you're up to date with what's happening around the church. If you've got tins, cans, then please do think about donating those over the next few weeks. If you want to donate some money, that is fine as well. If you put it in an envelope and say that it is for the Harvest Appeal, what we'll do with that money is we'll get in touch with Instant Neighbor, see what they're needing, and then we'll put an order in for some of the things that they are needing in a few weeks' time. So if you just want to make a financial donation, that is fine as well. So that is what is going on there. I think that's it. We'll see you online, and hopefully we will come through this in due course. It's a difficult time for us all, finding the right thing to do. Here's a prayer. It's a hymn. It's a one that you probably know well. I love this one. It's by John Bell and Graham Moore. And I'm not going to sing it. I'm going to speak it. We cannot measure how you heal or answer every sufferer's prayer. Yet we believe your grace responds where faith and doubt unite to care. Your hands, though bloodied on the cross, survive to hold and heal and warn, to carry all through death to life and cradle children yet unborn. The pain that will not go away, the guilt that clings from things long past, the fear of what the future holds are present as if meant to last. But present too is love which tends, the hurt we never hope to find, the private agonies inside, the memories that haunt the mind. So some have come who need your help, and some have come to make amends, as hands which shaped and saved the world are present in the touch of friends. Lord, let your Spirit meet us here, to mend the body, mind, and soul, to disentangle peace from pain, and make your broken people whole. Amen. See you soon, folks. Bye.